Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to take programming notes. When I first started to learn how to program, I didn't know how to take programming notes. I would take programming notes on paper, but it wasn't working for me. Um, I'd watch video tutorials and I'd code following the tutorials, and then I'd run the program. And after a new video comes out, I would erase the code that I copied, and then I'd create new codes for the new video. And that's how I learned for a while. And I learned that that wasn't a good idea because after a while of not learning, I'd um, after a while of not learning, I'd forget everything. And when I needed to learn it again, I have to go through the videos, and that took a lot of time. There weren't any notes for me to review. So I created a strategy, and I decided to take notes into the IDE itself, and I learned that it helped a lot, and that's what I'm going to teach you here today. And I'm going to teach you how to take programming notes within the IDE. Okay. First, I'm going to open up I'm going to open up a playlist, and here I'm going to use the playlist as an example. And I'm going to be coding in, C sharp, but the example is in Java, so I'm going to translate it. So first, in Java, in this video, we're learning about print line. Print line is the same thing as write line. So in this video, I'm just going to pretend that I've learned about console.writeLine. And here, when I'm taking notes on the video, for example, I'm going to call this writeLine. And I'm going to type in here what writeLine does. And what writeLine does is writeLine outputs text to the console. And then when you press play or start, the console will output text. Will output a text which says writeLine output text to the console, which is what I wrote down here. So let's go into the next video. Now, after going on to the next video, you don't want to erase anything. You want to keep on taking notes, and you're going to use the comments because the comments don't run in the console, or nothing shows up with the comments. And in this video, we're going to learn about escape sequences. So in the video, let's pretend I've just watched it and I've learned about escape sequences. And I'm just going to list new line n \n equals new line, and that's new. And here I'm going to write down escape sequence, and I'm going to write down this is a new line \n. This is also a new line. And I'm going to press start. And here you can see the escape sequence example here. And if you don't know what this does, you can always go back. You can copy escape sequence and press Control F. And here after pressing Control F, this search box appears, and you want to type in, you want to paste in escape sequence. And here, once you've pasted that in, you can search for escape sequence, and the line that says escape sequence and its example. And here in this example, we're using n, \n, and that's how you create a new line. And that's what escape sequences does. If you read further more about escape sequences, you can add more notes here. But for this example, I'm just going to end here, and then I'm going to go into the next video. In this video, I'm going to learn about methods. And say I've watched the video and I learned that methods are just blocks of code that can be called within the program. And here I'm just going to write down method here. I'm going to call this method 1. And here I'm going to call method 1. And if you don't know what calling a method is, or if you don't remember, calling a method is just using a method or starting a method. Using or starting a method. And I'm going to add some spaces here because I want all my methods to be separate from my notes, because I find that to be more organized. And then next thing we're going to learn about is math and primitive data types. So after learning about that from the video, I'm going to type in decimal 1 plus 2, and then I have to add m to these. Now, I'd also have to add a variable, and this is an example of math. Now I can just leave it this way and call this math, but I can also output it to the console by using the variable here. So this is a demonstration of how to use a variable in the console. So this can be a note how to use variable in console. So this is the note for using the variable in the console, and then we're going to go to the next video. In the next video, we learn about string concatenation. String concat, and it's string 1, string 2, and what string concatenation does is it joins strings together. And in this example, string 1 is joined to string 2. And then we're just going to go into the next video. We're going to learn about for loops. This example of for loop, we're going to use double slash and a lot of equal signs, and we're going to put loop here because in the loop section there's a lot of different types of loop, and right now we're just going to learn about for loops. But you don't know that there's going to be a lot of loops when you read for the first time, you think there's only going to be one loop, but after a while, you learn that there's going to be a lot of loops. And when you learn that there's going to be a lot of loops, you might want to split that into a section, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm splitting it into a section. And here, an example of a for loop is if for int I equals 0, I is less than 2, I plus plus, and then write down console.writeLine for loop plus I. Now let's press start. Now when you start the program, you don't really know which is which, or you don't really know what your notes are doing. And sometimes you can copy these texts and search it here, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to look at your code or your notes from the code and see where they are. And here, for example, it's math. You might want to type in math and then plus math 1. And I'm running out of time here, so I'm just going to end it around here. So this is an example of how to take notes, programming notes. So if you take a look at your notes, they're all in front of you, and you're not starting over. Especially when you watch videos, you're not starting over. Your notes are there, and for me, it's very helpful. And this is how I take programming notes, and maybe it'll help you. Maybe it won't. I'm going to end the video here because of the time, and remember to like and subscribe for new videos.